concern at all Monday night with him getting hit?
No, no concern. He's had plenty of contact reps during his career, and he's been live, good to go. To the ground tackles, probably a few, but we didn't have many even after the first game. So.
Middle, Dave?
Urban, injury-wise, how you feeling about guys like Marshawn Lattimore, Johnny Dixon?
Close. He is questionable for this week. Who's the other one?
Johnny Dixon.
He's full go.
Anybody else who any injuries have popped up as far as this week?
I don't think so. Noah Brown obviously is out of the hospital now. We'll get him to class tomorrow. We're good.
Front row, Tim?
Yeah, Urban, you indicated yesterday that you kind of like, you have a favorite now in the quarterback's race, or at least you did yesterday and stuff. Could you tell us now who it is, or are you still going to wait?
No, we're going to wait. I said, I'm not sure how I said it, but I have an idea who's going to take the first snap.
Yeah.
It's a favorite. I'm not sure I like that word, but I got a feeling who's going to take the first snap. I still think after today, but both are, and I made this comment, and I met with both quarterbacks, is when you have a good player, what do you do with them? Play them. So we're going to play with the quarterback at some point. I don't know how much, and what series and all that. I haven't had that conversation, but I've already made that decision. If you have a good player, you play good players.
The other thing, you guys were undefeated last year on the road, as you know. What is it about y'all's approach that you think makes y'all pretty good when you're away from home? I mean, maybe not going into detail, but what is it about it, you think?
1 year in Florida, we were 0-3 in 2005 on the road. And so I remember Lou Holtz is a great mentor of mine, and I brought him down to Florida. We had a lot of discussions. And anytime you go on the road, bring your toughest, run the ball, and stop the runner, kind of something that Coach Mick and I tell the team. But what do you get? Don't fool yourself. It's because we have really good players that play well.
Mm-hmm.
There's no magical formula other than to recruit really well and try to motivate and push and go. But I think recruit really well is probably the best way to win on the road, and I think we have.
Second row left, Ari.
Coach, what do you remember about your recruitment of Tommy Schutt? I remember he was one of the big gets for you in your first class when you had limited time to get him here. And can you talk a little bit about his progression?
Yeah, he's had the best. He comes from a wonderful family, one of my favorites. And to see his progress, it's overdue, to be honest with you. He knows that. I know that. Coach Jay knows that. He's had a really, really good camp. He's very active. His body weight's right where we want it. Academically, he's made a surge too. So he's a classic guy that probably screwed around a little bit too much, and I'm not sure. I don't mean screw around as far as lifestyle, but just wasn't doing what we would have expected out of a highly recruited kid. But he looks like it now.
When you first got here, he was one of the guys that you flipped, and there was some flack from other coaches about flipping a gentleman's agreement, all that stuff. I know that doesn't really
I don't
exist.
remember that. Is that right?
What do you remember about his recruitment, though, and just the process of going after a guy? He said there was, that you were pretty powerful in just the swing.
No, we called him up and said, "Are you interested in Ohio State?" He said, "Absolutely." So we said, "How about coming for a visit?" He loved it. He said, "I want to come to Ohio State." Crazy, huh?
That's pretty
You see
fascinating.
people like concerned about, man, they went out. Yeah, we called the player and said, "You got interest in Ohio State?" And he said, "Absolutely. It was a great school, great academics, and I'd like to take a look." It's great. I want to visit. We're allowed to pay for it too. And he came on his visit. Really liked it. His dad was on his visit. Great mom and dad. They liked everything about it. That's how he came to Ohio State.
He said the first thing you said to him was, "Do you want to win a championship?" I didn't know if that's something you say a lot, but that just sticks out to people. The first thing you might
Tommy
say.
said that?
Yeah.
Yes. I can tell you the plays in the game. I don't remember that kind of stuff.
Front row left, Doug.
Urban, we know we guys talked a lot last year about the blocking of the skilled players, Evan Spencer and Jeff Hireman.
The best.
How good that was.
Yep.
How good can it be this year with the guys at receiver and tight end, and how important is that to your run game and what you want to do with
Well,
the
I think
offense?
you know the answer. How important it is. It's absolutely imperative that they're very good perimeter blockers. I think we're as good as that's one of the best I've ever been around. And Evan was the best. So I'm hoping we can find that. Guys that really good is a kid named Paris Campbell. Paris Campbell played for Utah. Paris Campbell is really coming on as far as a guy that can set the point out there, and he's a bigger, stronger guy. So it's absolutely essential that in our offense, because we play a lot of horizontal football, and those guys are responsible for the big hits most of the time.
And when you have this big group of receivers, how much does the blocking ability factor into who's going to get on the field?
Yeah, the other part won't happen unless you can do that.
You think McCampbell thinks because he's a former running back, I mean, he has got
He's
that
big,
bit to
he's
him?
strong, and he's tough. He's showing that. I love him. I think he's going to really play a career here. He's a guy he's going to play a lot special.
And last questions, front row, Bill.
This is your 4th year, and at least for a couple of them, you had an idea of where you thought your team was. In both those years, the team has exceeded expectations. What's your feeling about this team, just your gut feeling about this team?
It's up and down. You know, talent-wise, I feel very good about it. Obviously, the elephant in the room is the fact that we have 4 guys not playing. That's just shake your head like. But I feel very good about the character, the quality of people that we have that get on the plane and go down there. And we catch me after a pretty good practice. We had a good day today, so I feel pretty good about it. Probably tomorrow we'll be ready to dive off the side of the horseshoe. We have a bad day, but very, very good guys and very good leaders. That's the probably thing I love the most. Josh Perry, Darren Lees, Dolphus Washington, Joe Hill, Decker, Elfline, Jacoby Bourne, those guys, they're priceless. As far as leadership, just guys I trust.
Have you ever been to Blacksburg or
I'm
Dave?
not.
Yeah.
I played minor league baseball not far from there.
Yeah.
That's my only experience down that way.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a great home field for them. I mean,
It's supposed to be great. I
Yeah.
called 3 or 4 coaches who played down there. Yeah, it's supposed to be one of the top 5, 6 in the country.
Where'd you play? What town?
Pulaski, Virginia.
Okay.
Been there?
Last question, Bill.
You been there?
No,
Clay?
I have not.
I got you then. I'm one up on you. Have a good day.